Hi everyone, this is your Love Tap video with some tips on being assertive. I'm going to define being assertive as you speaking your mind, whether it's orally or in writing, without demeaning other people, without diminishing or devaluing or shaming or bullying other people, just being assertive. Now, there's two opposite ends. So assertiveness, we're going to put on a continuum where assertiveness is in the middle. On one end, we have being passive. So if you're not being assertive and you're being passive, that means you're just not speaking up. You're not sharing your opinion or your thoughts or speaking up for yourself. You're being passive. So you're doing nothing. You might have very strong feelings about something, but you're not being assertive and sharing those with other people. On the other side of the extreme is people who we call is aggressive or passive aggressive. So when people are aggressive or passive aggressive, they've said nothing. So they didn't choose to be assertive. They might not have chosen to be assertive because they lack assertiveness skills. Regardless, the impact and outcome is the same, or the consequences are the same. We have someone who's been passive and then they become aggressive, which is where you get the passive aggressive. Although some people are just aggressive. But anyway, passive aggressive, we're going to define as where you haven't spoken up for yourself and then you have a reaction, because of course you weren't assertive. You have a reaction, which could be to withdraw from these other people or withdraw from the situation, or it could be to kind of be mean or do something in retaliation. So being passive and not speaking your heart or your mind is not really the healthiest place to be. Clearly, being passive aggressive or aggressive, also not where you want to be. It's just not healthy. People don't like that. What people like is you being able to say, well, I know that the group would like to do X, Y, or Z, but I'm not really comfortable with that. Would anybody consider doing ABC? You can see that's you not making them wrong because they want to do something else or shaming or bullying them, but saying, this is how I feel. So I'm going to give you some tips on how to become more assertive, because we want you to be assertive in life. I want you to be assertive in life because that's the healthiest position. And I want you to be healthy in life and have a happy life. And trust me, you're going to be happier in life if you can reasonably assert yourself without shaming or bullying, making people feel bad, or otherwise, being passive aggressive. Okay, so number one, you need to become awake and aware about what's going on, how you feel, what your thoughts are. Now, I have a blog post on being awake and aware and a video about being awake and aware, because it's a whole process. And we have a lot of people, especially some old people, who are just kind of asleep. They're going through life, going through the motions, but they're really not awake and aware. So you want to become awake and aware to what you're thinking and how you're feeling, because that's really going to be helpful, because that's going to inform your assertiveness. How you think and how you're feeling is going to inform what kind of statements you make about being assertive. Okay, number two, you want to go to work on yourself so you feel good enough about yourself that you know you're worth it. You're worth being assertive. Your opinion matters. Your feelings matter. You matter. So the more you work on growth and development, the better you feel about yourself, the more inclined you're going to be assertive, because you know you have value. You know you're good enough. And of course, people care about you. And they would want to include you, or they would want to include your feedback if they knew how you were feeling. Okay, so that's number two. Number three, suppressing anger is not healthy and not good. And it usually goes inward or goes outward. So when people are angry, there's an appropriate way to express anger that's healthy. This is not the video for that, but there will be a video coming on that, because it's really important. And people in our society just are not good at anger. So the more you can grow and develop, that's really helpful. Recognizing anger and being able to learn how to express it is also helpful in an assertive way that doesn't demean, diminish, or shame other people. Okay, but you don't want to turn anger inwards. So sometimes when people aren't assertive, they actually get angry, and then the anger turns inward on themselves, which could come out in a lot of ways. But anyway, so number two, or not number two, the next tip is for you to practice, It's something that doesn't come naturally to people, so you want to practice. Get with people and say, I had this situation and I'd like to be assertive, but I'm not really sure how I should phrase it. I have a video about difficult conversations, so you might want to watch that. Ask for help. Another tip for you is to read up. When I was a young girl, my mom gave me this book called Your Perfect Right. This is not the copy, by the way. And it's been completely revised over and over again, so it doesn't look like this anymore either. But there's plenty of books about assertiveness that would help you learn and read, that have tons of examples, and kind of goes through the whole continuum from passive to assertive to passive aggressive or aggressive. And no matter what you do, don't give up. This is a very valuable skill that will help you in life. It will definitely help you be happier. It will definitely give you a richer, more rewarding life. And what do I want for you? I want you to have a happy and fulfilling, great life. So go to work on your assertiveness, people. Thanks for listening. Have a great day.